Let's first understand the meaning. Manpower planning is the process of estimating the optimate number of people who are required to complete a particular task, goal, and assignment within the given frame of time. Because if we breach the deadlines, then also it can be a risky factor for the company. It includes some of the parameters like the number of people in your company, the skill sets they possess, the time period in which they are able to complete a set of tasks, the demand and supply trends in the overall market scenarios, and the organizational strategy. So manpower planning is not a short-term process, or it is not a one-time process. In fact, it has to be a never-ending continuous process. It is there to make sure that the business has optimized resources, and when we need the manpower to be in place, we always have the right strategies to recruit, select, and maintain the pool of potential candidates. It is also the replacement of outgoing employees, and the complete structure is called as manpower planning. You can even call it as human resource planning. These are the steps that we need to follow in our manpower planning process. First, we need to analyze the current manpower inventory in our company. What is the inventory, as in how many employees are available, how many designations are vacant, or how many employees are planning to leave. So by building up this inventory, you will get a complete picture about the employees of your company. According to that, in step number 2, we need to make a future manpower forecast, because if we do not have a proper forecast, we can face some serious troubles in the future. So it's better that right from the first stage, when you are designing up your manpower process, make sure that your forecasting is correct and you are able to predict how many people can be required in future. Accordingly, we develop the employment programs for our people. And the last part is to design the training programs, because if we do not have the practices of providing complete learning and development solutions to our employees, they might not be able to update them or upgrade them in different sectors. So how the process looks like, let's understand that. First of all, we need to understand the existing workforce in terms of their qualifications, skill sets, job location, abilities to work, ability to handle pressure. Everything should be understood about your existing manpower in the company. And how do we need to maintain the pool of talent for the people whom we have employed in our company? Because this pool will always be beneficial to us when we have situations of crisis. Second is having the forecasting for the future, because we must be able to have that vision as to what all requirements will come up in the future. The changes can be there in terms of business requirements, changing priorities of customer. So accordingly, we must be able to understand the future needs and what kind of employees will be needed to meet up those challenges or to serve those needs. This is how forecasting has to be planned. Next is about recruitment and selection, which is an important function of the HRM. So yes, if you are able to do that manpower planning with proper structure and proper synchronicity, now you will really find it easy in your recruitment and selection process. It will depend on the forecast that you have made, how the employees are chosen who have relevant experience, relevant qualifications, and accordingly, they can suit up the future needs of the company. Next point is to train the employees. Now, yes, we understand this point very well that if we do not coach our employees well, suppose there is a team of people who are newly hired and we do not give them proper training, so then they won't be in a position to complete up their work that is assigned to them. Similarly, the existing manpower also, it needs to be trained in terms of technology, in terms of the changing trends in the market, or training in context to the areas where they have to face the competitors. So training is necessary in all the aspects. And yes, it is always advised that regular training sessions should be provided to the employees. Let's talk about the importance of manpower planning. It is actually a key to the managerial functions of the company. These managerial functions are planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. Everything is based on manpower. So HRs, they have a role to play here because they have to implement the managerial activities. And that's why staffing, it becomes key to all the managerial functions. Second is efficient management or efficient utilization of the employees in terms of their strengths and abilities. So we have to follow an effective staffing function so that the people are becoming ready for the changes. We should be able to make them efficient in terms of their skills and in terms of their knowledge. Third is providing motivation to the employees with the help of conducting some motivational programs, incentive plans, rewards and recognitions, giving them acknowledgement for their brilliant performance. Everything is a part of providing motivation to your employees. Next is manpower planning. It helps in building up good relationships in your peer groups. So yes, a human resource manager, they have this responsibility to create cordial relations in their staff members. And with the help of manpower planning, we can achieve this purpose very easily. If the relationships are good, there will be a good communication, effective supervision, and leadership qualities will be maintained in the right direction. So staffing function, it also looks after training and development of the people, which definitely can improve the relations in the different groups of people. It also leads to better productivity because if the resources are utilized in the best possible manner, the productivity of employees will always be high. With the better productivity, you can expect that there is minimum wastage of time and the efforts of the people. This is all possible through staffing and again the related activities of manpower planning. These include some stages of performance appraisal, training and development activities, remuneration, etc. Now, why do we need manpower planning? Why are we discussing this too much? We need manpower planning because it is able to give us an identification of the shortage and surplus of our people in the company. And according to that, we can take the necessary actions as and when required. All the recruitment and selection programs are based on manpower planning because then only you can expect good results to come out from your recruitment programs. It is able to reduce the labor cost because if you have excess staff, sometimes you can find this problem of overstaffing. It will give you a complete analysis about the talented people in your company. Accordingly, you can design training programs for that purpose so that your talented people can really grow well in the company. It also provides growth and diversification of the business. It helps the organization to realize the importance of manpower management because at times it has been seen that the companies who do not indulge in effective manpower planning or they do not understand this importance of manpower management, they really suffer a loss in their brand image. Because for everyone, it is important that we give that value and worthiness to our employees. Then only they will work with you, they will stay with you for the long run. So if we have proper manpower planning, proper manpower management in our company, no such problem will ever come up where we have to deal with the mindset of employees in terms of their needs that are not fulfilled or in terms of their concerns that are not addressed. There can be some challenges when we are conducting our manpower planning process. Sometimes there is underutilization of the manpower. That means the companies are not making optimum use of their manpower. And once this manpower planning begins, it will give you lots of challenges in the complete utilization process. It has also been seen that absenteeism is very high in some of the companies, and this is increasing over the last few years. Next, there can be some lack of education and skilled labor. We live in the country where we do have illiteracy in the people, and it becomes difficult to skill the employees, which automatically accounts for low productivity. So these are some of the problems. Now let's talk about the typical components that affect the workforce planning. It includes all these 4 points: talent availability, business growth, age of the existing workforce, and current knowledge and skill gaps of the employees. So talent availability, which means that we have a pool of people in the company who have the potential to work well and even they are eligible for promotions. Second is about business growth, because if the goals of the companies are aligned with what task is given to the employees, if everything is aligned well, then only we can expect the growth in our business to be there. Next is age of the existing workforce. That means we need to check how old are the employees in the company and what is their retirement period. How soon will the people get retired? How many people will be retired in the same year? Putting up these questions, I'm sure that we can really deal with our workforce planning in a better way. One last point is the current knowledge and skill gaps, which again is to be identified by using some strategies and taking help of some methods. Because if we do not identify what are the knowledge gaps, we won't be in a position to give proper training or proper sessions to our people.